Praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
Oh, wonderful. Welcome everyone to the FMC IT. Can you see us? Yeah, FMC IT training for today. I have here Brother Godson and also myself here, Pastor OK. And we'll be doing our session for today. So today will be mainly question and answers from the previous two sessions. And we will be a survey to be able to figure out if there's anything that we need to answer. And also, it's open to everyone listening. If you do have any questions that you want to ask, or you can send a chat through and we'll be able to answer it as we go along and hopefully be able to demonstrate as we go along too. Okay, so it's open to everyone. All right. Want to do this, maybe?
Yes. So we'll share the screen now.
This one.
Yeah. All right. So we're sharing the screen at the moment. So what we just need your feedback on the IT training course so far. So the first question asks, what is your overall evaluation so far about the IT course? So please choose and give a reason why. So the second one, talk about the structure so far that we have done. So how easy was it to grab the material? Then the third one, the demos that we have used throughout the course, is it relevant to you? Do you find it very useful? Then the fourth one is materials as well. Is it easy to understand? And also the fifth one is, so please list examples of how you can apply what you have learned so far. And the last one is, what's your experience? How could your experience or your training experience be improved? So feel free. So the link will be available on the comment section. Also, you can also go to the Survey Monkey as well. It's a very simple 6 questions, and it will be very useful for us as well. So as Pastor K mentioned as well, we'd like your feedback as well. So whatever comments platform you're listening or watching from, either YouTube, Facebook, we welcome your comments. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Brother Godson. Okay, right. Want to stop the show? Okay, praise God. Okay, so I'll give you excuse me, give you a few moments to answer that, and feel free to answer, and also feel free to send through any questions. But what we like to do, just maybe a brief overview of some of the things that we did last time. So one of the things we did do last time was that we did look at the actual being able to log on to a machine. So using Windows, like you can see here, if I'm to share my screen again. Yeah, I'm just sharing the app, isn't it? So I need to actually close this and share my screen. Right, so stop that one and share the whole screen here. Okay. Entire screen, yes, it's better now. Okay, right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen. So just to give you an example, so I've logged onto my machine, as you can see here, the start menu. And from the start menu, you can see the list of applications on the left-hand side. And you can actually go to your any application. For instance, if I was to click on Microsoft Excel here, it will open the application and you'll be able to now go in and do whatever you need to do. So you can actually use the application and, sorry, it's the first time I'm logging into it. Right. When you log on the first time, you get all these pop-ups sometimes. So yeah, you can now use the application to do whatever you need to do in the application. One of the things that we did mention last time was we did show you talked about the taskbar. The taskbar here, the left-hand side, you can see things like the date and time. You can see so if I click on that, it will show you dates, the time, the month, and the actual calendar. So if you can actually use this, if you want to check calendars as well, you can do that. Here we've got the actual bar that shows the networks. So it tells you which networks you're connected to. At the moment, you can see I'm connected to Netgear 18, which is a wireless connection, and wireless is denoted by this symbol here, Wi-Fi. As you can see, I got Wi-Fi enabled, and we talked about that. Here we have the battery. So you can see here, this is my battery, and this is what I have left at the moment. I've got 31% battery on my laptop that I'm using to demonstrate right now. This is the microphone. So it talks about the microphone that I'm using at the moment, okay, which is internal microphone. And yeah, so that's it. So that's a taskbar there. If you click on this, it will show you any other thing that's hidden. Okay, and we'll have those there. So there's other bits there as well. On this side, you will see everything you open. So whenever you open any application, it would list it down here on the actual taskbar. So if I open Word now, you will see Word appear at the bottom there. Okay, and you can actually pin it to it. What that means is if you pin Word to the taskbar, when you close it, it will remain on the taskbar. So I close it, it's still there. So now if I want to go to it, I just click on it again without having to go and look for it in the menu system. Okay, so these are the sort of things we talked about last time. We also talked about how to log on and log off. So if I click on the start menu there, with the flag at the bottom, you've got here shutdown. If you click on power, it will give you shutdown, restart, or sleep. If you want to shut down the machine, you click on shutdown. That's the best way to shut it down. You can also put it to sleep. If you do that, what happens is that whenever you open up your screen, you can just click on the buttons there, or do a Control or Delete, and it will come back to life again. Or press the power button. Okay, so that's what you call hibernation. I'm sure Brad also mentioned it last time. Here you have the settings. We talked about the settings for your, going into the system itself, which we're not really delving into. And here, which is an important one, is you've got here FMC. So this little icon here tells you how you can log out. So you can actually do sign out. At the moment, you can see I'm signed out. Well, this is my other account, which I have on this machine. But if I click on sign out, I will sign out of this session, and that'll take me completely out of there. Okay. So following from there, last week we looked at the internet. The browsers. So we said, well, we can use browsers to go to the internet, any website. So if I click on Microsoft Edge here, you can see clearly this is the browser, and the browser is basically the application that allows you to go and search for materials on the internet. Okay, so any information you're looking for, you will need a browser to do that. Okay, and we talked about numerous browsers like Chrome, Safari, Opera. This one mainly is Microsoft's own, which is called Microsoft Edge. And if you want to go to a page, you just at the top here where you have this blinking cursor, you just type in the address. So if I want to go to BBC's website, I will do www.bbc.com. Okay, once you finish, you can press enter. Okay, when you do that, it will now take you straight to BBC's website. Okay, so now you can see BBC's website here, and it's, you've got the web page. You can click on links if you want to. You can go to different. So here you've got different tabs, and that's like a category. So if I go to sport or news, for instance, click on that. It gives me another page which now has news. And you can see here you got news across the the world. You got UK world news, business news, politics news, science news. So you can click on these and search. Once you click, it just goes straight there, and you can get that information. One other thing we did do was we talked about favorites and bookmarks. Yeah, so you're able to. So if this is a page that you want to keep, you can just literally come here and you can save it as a bookmark. So you can add it to favorites. Click on this, for instance, and I want it to be saved in my favorites. I can have it in a folder, or I can keep it in the favorites bar. If I leave it there, for instance, press done, it will now store that for me in the favorites bar. So if I'm looking for it again tomorrow, if I close this and I go back to my Explorer window, sorry, my what's it called? My Edge window. I can now go straight to, instead of me having to type that information, I can just go to my favorites here. And as you can see, my favorites bar, I've got that there, Science and Environment, BBC News. Click on that and it takes me straight there. Okay. So bookmarks are a good way for you to be able to remember and bookmark, just like having bookmark in the book, bookmark pages on the web. Okay, and then so you can easily go back to them before. A good thing again is that you can rename them. So if I go to another one, click on this one, for instance, instead of me having it as bbc.co.uk.weather, I can click on the add to bookmark and I can change the name. So I can actually put in here Pastor K. Weather. Okay, I can do that and I press done and it will save it in the favorites bar. I can also select where I want to save it. So you can change folders if you want to. So you can come in here, you can choose another folder. And when it comes here, you can say, okay, I want to create a new folder. Say, for instance, I want to have a new folder to store this new page. I just click on new folder here. And I can just type in pass okay or pass over. Yeah, that's my, type that in there, click on save. And now what that means is that everything I save will now be in that folder called Paso. So again, if I close this down or open a new one, I can open a new one here, new web browser, click on open, and I can now go straight again to, click on the tab, click on my favorites, and I'm now looking for Paso. You can see Paso there. Click on that, and you can now see Pastor K weather. When I click on that, it takes me straight to the weather again. Okay, so that's a good way of you to be able to organize web pages. Maybe you have places you go to all the time. For instance, maybe as in the church, you can go to YouTube, and the church's let's do that actually. The church's YouTube channel. Yeah, so I can go to YouTube. Click on YouTube here, go there, and if I now do a search for Faith Miracle Church, FMC TV, FMC, oops, go to search bar, FMC TV, and you click on that. And I've got that saved there, so I can actually have this as a favorite. So I can now go here, click on there, and I want to, if you notice, I want to now save this. Maybe I can just call it, FMC TV, and it's saved in my Paso folder. Press done, and that's it. So now, when I now go to, I close. Apologies, we lost our transmission.
Small technical.
We're back again. So, right, okay, it was my bad. I actually shut down accidentally. Right, okay, share screen again. Entire screen. Share audio.
Just click in the middle.
Okay. Okay, right. Sorry, back again. So, back on?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So, if we go back again. So, we're doing a live session. Who's pressing that bell?
Sorry, we are filming, yes. Yeah, it's not serious. Come. I will go.
Okay. Right, I think she okay. Okay, we're back again. Sorry for the interruption. Right, okay, so as I was showing you guys before, we can actually save. If I open another page here. Minimize this. Open another page. We've got the Paso site again, and go into the actual YouTube link. There you go. Go straight in there. So you can see we can actually go. We can use favorites to actually get to specific areas that we want to go through, specific areas or specific websites or web pages rather, and that will help us to navigate within the browser easily. The other thing we did so last time was, I believe we created a webmail. That was a Google Mail account. And let's go there. Let's go to Google. And as you can see, yeah, last time we did do a couple of checks on how to send emails back and forth. Sorry, minimize that. Okay, so yes, once you go into your Google webmail, you can actually compose a new email. So to do that, click on compose, and here where you got the two is where you type in the email address of the person or that you want to send the email to. So I can send one to send it to you. Send one to myself as well. So if I do Godson, there we go. So because I've typed Godson before, it comes up as directly, and I can also put myself, and we can see that as well. And again, so I've got two addresses that I want to send an email to, and I can just do text message, and send. Or just a hello. And press send, and I will now send the email to both myself and Brother Godson. Yeah, and if I now check my email. I should now have an email sent from myself. I'm going to respond to all. I say hello. Hello back. And now when I send that back, you will now see I've responded. I had it on my mobile phone, which I've sent back. So now I should now get the response back coming into the mailbox. If I do a refresh, it should now send that to you. And there you can see, this is my response from demo user to myself, Amber Godson, hello back. Okay, so as we can see there, it gives us a way to be able to send emails and look at emails. Okay, so we can also come here. If you want to come out of it, you just do a log off. Yeah, so you can just close the window for the page. You can go here. You can actually log off if you want to, or you can just page. If I sign out there, I sign out of my email mailbox. And it's important because when you actually use webmail, because it's on the internet, if you leave it open, someone else will have access to your webmail. So it's important that when you finish, you sign out. And as you can see here, it says signed out. Okay, so that's just an overview of what we did last 2 weeks. So if there's any questions, please feel free to ask or just type into the chat and we'll be able to respond to you. Okay.
Yeah. So while we wait for your comments on your feedback, I'll take one that we had last week from someone that's filling one of the questionnaire. So that was in regard to how the course has been going. So they were okay with it. The other aspect they wanted in was the course was going into much detail. So please let us know in your comments if we're going too fast, or is there anything that you want to be explained again, and we can refresh, we can go back again and try to explain it. So right now we're dealing with Windows. We know there are some people that have Apple products, like in terms of an iPad or Mac or Apple products. So either using a Safari, using Safari, which is the same web browser. Please know that is very similar. So you do have your taskbar at the bottom, as similar as the Windows. So there might be a little bit difference, but the difference is not that much. It's a similar process. You can actually go on download or click on Google, Microsoft Chrome as well, Edge, and still get a browser open as well. And also use your Google Mail if you have a Google Mail account. So it doesn't restrict you from not using a Google Mail account or an Outlook or from Microsoft. So it's the same process. The only difference is that the screen is different from what you're seeing from here, but the interface is similar. So you have this on your left-hand side, like almost like a switch on off, like a start menu, and below it as well, you got your taskbar, and on your far right, you still have your notification bar as well. So it's quite important as well. So it's similar, just as you have on your phone. Your phone is slightly a different interface, as Pastor K mentioned last week. So it's slightly a different interface, but it's similar concepts. So you have a menu, you have where you switch it on and off, although you still have your physical switch on off, but you can still come out from different apps as well. So it's quite important. As well, so it's while we're asking to fill in the questionnaire, this helps us to try to tailor it as much as possible, because we are now going away from the beginner stage, and the next stage will be the intermediate, whereby we start, as Pastor K mentioned, we start using the Microsoft Word, going into more details. So in terms of saving, we also have the Excel, PowerPoint as well. We can briefly mention about those ones as well. But this is where we start now using more of the application. So right now we're just doing an overview of what is required. So it's quite interesting. So we don't want to leave people lagging behind. So we want to carry everyone along as we move to the next stage.
Okay, thank you, Brother Gosson. Yeah, so that's what we like to do. So as I said, feel free if there's any questions you have, anything, and obviously in line with what we've talked about in the past 2 weeks, you'll feel free to let us know, and then we'll be able to check. So if you check the comment section.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is from
Okay.
Linda.
Mm-hmm.
So according to Linda, she says, I'm having issue opening a particular website on my Apple device, phone, and iPad. Okay. Good afternoon, Linda.
Good afternoon.
So thank you for your question.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing this is from your Apple device on your phone and your iPad. So you're having a particular issue. So the website, there might be it might be from the website, either your Apple is not allowing you, so you're setting. So depending on what privacy setting you have on your phone, probably that's why you cannot you're having issue going to that website. What we recommend is we'll probably see, are you able to share the website with us so that we can have a look and see why you're having that issue? But I think based on, I'll let Pastor K to comment as well.
Yeah.
But I think it's more related to the website you're actually going, and also your setting on your phone and your iPad.
Yeah.
So if you can restrict the setting or what you have, so depending on the level of privacy you have, that's probably what is stopping you from actually visiting or opening the website.
Yeah. Just to add to what Brother Godson is saying here, sometimes you find out certain websites are designed for specific platforms. Yeah. So platforms in the sense, I mean here, like different. So some work better with Chrome, some work better with Internet Explorer, some work better with Edge, and some work better with Safari. So it could be that this particular website has been designed by the developers, web developers, to work on a particular, maybe Apple Safari is not one of the browsers that it's been configured to work with or been programmed to work with properly. So in that case, what I would suggest is if you have access to another browser, so maybe something like Internet Explorer or Edge or Chrome, try the same website on that browser and see if you get a similar result. If it works, then it is definitely to do with the Safari browser being the problem. Well, not the problem, but it's not been. Yes, it's got restrictions on it. If it doesn't work, then we know there's a problem with the website itself. Okay, and like what Augustine said, is this something that we could, if you can share the website, so we can try it here. We have internet access and see if we can get to it. If we can, then that will tell us that is something to do with the browser. Is not compatible with Safari. So if you don't mind sharing, that will help us to be able to get to the bottom of that.
All right. So thank you, Linda, for your question. That was a good question.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay.
Any more questions? I mean, feel free, anyone. I mean, if there's any questions that you are, as I said, obviously most importantly, in line with what we're dealing with today, and for the past 2 weeks. Because we're going to be moving on, and it's going to be a bit more, not necessarily complex, but a bit more to take on. So it'll be good if there's any questions. Don't feel free. No question is too simple. No question is going to be looked at as, like it's an insignificant question. Just feel free to ask. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. And also, one thing I want to mention was one of this thing we had was a feedback from someone who was very happy with our explanation of the two taskbar notification bars. So it was quite useful to them. So which is quite useful. So again, please, as Pastor mentioned, so be free to let us know if you want us to clarify a few things, because we are here to do that. And as Pastor mentioned, the next stage is a different stage that we're going to, and we'll probably be dealing with more aspect of it. I think what I find is, even from someone's comment that mentioned that we might have a lot of info. So what we might do is next time we'll probably put some keyword like put some keynotes for those words and actually explain them.
Okay, so Linda has said, I have actually been using it but since my internet provider came in last week to fix the speed issue,
Okay.
that's when I started noticing the issue. Oh, okay. So it's not necessarily a problem with the website. Okay, so it's more the network. Yeah. I mean, do you mind sharing the website?
Yeah.
So maybe we can, because it's quite unusual that
network.
Yeah.
Although some network provider, depending on the website, they can, but that's parental.
You can have. Yeah, that's right. I mean, another thing again though is if it's that, can you try other websites? Is it just one specific website that you're having a problem with? Because if you can get to other websites, maybe go to the common ones, things like I use on the thing bbc.com or Sky News or something else. One that is always in use. Yeah. Try one of those ones, and that would eliminate the fact that it's nothing to do with the internet provider, or anything. Because if you cannot get to any website, then obviously there's a problem with your connectivity. So if you can try other websites, or better still, if you can share the website with us, that we can use if it's possible. If not, don't worry. There's no pressure. Okay.
So she said, I will try what you mentioned. If it doesn't work, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda.
Thank you for your inputs. Very appreciated.
Very appreciated.
Thank you.
Yeah. Once you let the office, they will probably feedback to us. Then we'll try to do something about it. Maybe put it within our next session as well.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we got about 6 minutes. So we're trying to be cautious about time as well.
Yeah.
So if you don't have, as Pastor said earlier on, we welcome any questions. As you see from Sister Linda, it's also relating about our phone. So whether it's phone or laptop, that'll be quite good. Okay. You want to say?
Yeah, okay. I have a Noram here. I wish to do more of practical than theory. Lockdown problem. Okay. That's no problem, mommy. Yes, we endeavor to do more practical, but I think also we need to explain some things because everybody's not at that level yet. So some things we need to explain, but as we go along, like the sessions coming on after, we'll actually have more practical sessions. So you can rest assured you will have a lot of practical to do.
We're just keeping within the guidance of what the government recommended at the moment. We're on lockdown, so it's going to be virtual, but at one stage, a certain stage, we know things is going to go back to life.
That's correct.
We'll now bring back the practical.
Yes.
But again, keeping within whatever recommended distance or whatever the government has. But yes, we will do that. So that's one thing. Initially, when we started this course, that's what the course was meant to be more. Yeah,
it was meant to be practical, but obviously we that's beyond our remit now. We have to comply with the regulations. Yes. Thank you, man. All right. Sister Linda, I was saying thank you. Thank you so much for that too. Okay. I think on this note we'll be wrapping up. Well, I'd like to say thank you for attending this question and answer session. It's been wonderful, and I believe that we're learning something useful. The whole idea is to be able to, use the things we are learning here that will benefit us in both personally as well as maybe in our work that we do, and also to make us more effective. So you're most welcome. The next sessions, as Brother Gosson alluded to, is going to be moving towards the intermediate, which will now deal with specifics now. So we go into more details like Word applications and Excel and the Microsoft Office suite anyway. So it'll be interesting for us to do that. And the next class will be on the 7th of March. Okay, so 7th of March will be our next class. That's 2 weeks from today. Okay, so get yourself prepared and ready because we're gonna be moving quite with some more speed. So and also we want everybody to participate. But if there's any questions that you have prior to that, feel free to drop a line on this comment section, and hopefully we'll be able to answer that for you. And on that note, I will say thank you for joining, and
Thank you.
we will see you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.